Our next guest from Forsyth County is Miss Tanya Ward, who's with the Forsyth County Animal Shelter. Good afternoon, Tanya.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me.
Well, I am so glad you're here. A few months ago, we had the Forsyth Humane Society folks come in and talk about how you treat animals is also a reflection of how you are as a community. And I think the animal shelter really is a way for humans to show their humanity. And I'm thinking that there are a lot of animals, but what exactly does the animal shelter do?
So we serve the citizens of Forsyth County, whether they have 2 legs or 4 legs.
Okay.
We are here. We obviously are an animal shelter, so we shelter animals. We had about 300 animals come into the facility last month alone.
300.
Correct.
What kind of animals?
All sorts of animals, primarily dogs and cats, of course. But we also get in guinea pigs, rabbits. Sometimes we have farm animals like pigs, goats, sheep. We've had peacocks. Oh. We've had all sorts of animals, occasionally even a reptile or 2.
Wow. Now I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't know we had. I knew about dogs and cats, and there might be a rabbit here or there, but
sure.
Wow. And so we have shelter and a system to try to help support these animals.
Correct. We handle animals coming in. We offer adoptions to the community, so we would love for folks to come and adopt their newest family member from us. We also do things like bite quarantines for animals that have bitten a person and things like that.
Well, okay. If you have a dog or cat in the animal shelter, how would someone perhaps come to adopt and get one for their home?
I'm so glad you asked. We would love for the public to come and adopt from us. They can go to our website. It is very comprehensive, and it is always up to date. It's tied directly to our shelter software, so it updates in real time. The adoption applications are available on our website. They can go to the Adoptable Animals tab on the website, see photos of the animals available for adoption, fill out their application. Then they can come in and visit with that animal. And if they feel like they're a good fit, they can ask us questions. We can ask them questions and talk a little bit about responsible pet ownership.
You're making it very easy on potential parents of the animals. How long would you say that process would be for someone who's interested?
It's a fairly quick process. I can't give you an exact estimate because it may depend if we need further information, if we need to follow up with vet records for pets they currently have, if we need to follow up with something like their landlord, if they have the ability to have pets where they live or something like that. That can extend the process slightly, but it's a relatively quick process.
Okay, and I think, as you said, you had 300 come in last month, and that's a huge number. How many spots do you have?
So our facility, so the 300 is over the course, obviously, of the month.
Right.
It's not, they didn't all come in one day, which would be terrible. But we have around 200 spots for dogs and cats and other animals at the facility. So we stay fairly full.
Wow. Well, speaking of that number, that would mean you perhaps need volunteers to come and help. So what's the need, and how can someone volunteer to be of service?
We love our volunteers. We have a wonderful group of volunteers right now, and we are always looking to add to that number. Folks can come and walk dogs. Clearly, the dogs love to get out for walks,
Right.
So they can walk the dogs in our adoption program, take them out for walks and get some sun and some exercise for the person and the dog. It also helps the dogs show better to get adopted when they've walked on a leash and gotten some exercise. They also have the possibility to create enrichment items. We do enrichment with our animals every day, which is we make things like treat bombs and things that give the animals something to do. They can also cuddle cats. So if somebody is more of a cat person, they can come in and socialize and cuddle the cats. And of course, as you can imagine, we have piles of laundry. So we love help doing the laundry.
Great. So, and how would they contact you to come in and give of themselves?
I'm going to send them back to our website for that as well. Our website, again, is very comprehensive. So if they go on the volunteer tab, they can find a volunteer application there. They can print that out and handwrite it, drop it off. They can email it to us, scan it in, however they'd like to get that to us. Then they'd come in for a volunteer orientation, which is a short process that we do once a month. And after that, they can start volunteering at their leisure.
And another perhaps way they can support is, do you donations of items that you might need? What are some of the things that are very necessary for you and would be of help to you?
We can always use things like new or gently used towels, sheets, and blankets. So if you're doing a little, I don't know if it'd still be called spring cleaning, maybe it's summer cleaning now.
Right.
But if you're cleaning out your linen closet, we would love those items. We can also use dog and cat food, which we put into our pet food pantry for the community members who maybe are struggling, to help them hold on to their beloved pets and not have to give them up if they're having a rough time. Treats for the dogs. Cleaning items such as bleach and paper towels, which again we go through a lot of, and newspaper, which we use to place in some of the cat kennels or other animal kennels for ease of cleaning.
Wow, so much we can do to show ourselves to be a caring community of humans.
Yes.
And how we treat our other fellow humans and citizens that we're calling our animals. Any closing comments or remarks you'd like to share?
Sure. If you will indulge me for a moment, I used to love to watch The Price is Right with my grandmother when I was growing up.
Yes.
So I'd like to end with the famous Bob Barker saying that he said at the end of that, is help control the pet overpopulation, spay and neuter your pets.
Awesome. And I know Bob Barker, shout out to him, because he was definitely a huge animal rights supporter.
He was.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so much for having me today. If anybody needs anything, they can go to our website to find our contact information and our hours of operation. We are open 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. We are closed on Sundays.
Very good. Thanks again.
Thank you for having me.